YouTube Nation, Main Event TV, aka Me TV, aka do not press the shiny red button, don't push it. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for making last week a great video success. I want to thank you guys for all the comments and questions you came in with. All right, I understand I answered a lot of you guys. I was happy to help some of you guys, but there's also some guys who asked me some questions in private message and I didn't answer them. Don't think I'm ignoring you guys. I just saved those questions for this week, all right? Because those questions are key, and there's a lot of stuff we have to get into, guys, today. So please pay attention. This is going to help all of you guys, all you writers, animators, illustrators, etc., etc. Y'all know how this goes by now, all right? This is going to help all you guys because I told you, you have to be diverse in this, or versatile in this business. So you just can't just draw something. You have to know how to write. You have to know, like I said, when you're getting into this business, you're going to find out people who hold down, especially if the companies don't have the budget, they're going to be doing like 4 or 5 jobs. So I want to get you guys prepared for this, okay? So just listen up, all right? All right, now the first question is, hey, Event, I'm only 16 years old, but where do I start with beginning writing for art, animation, and stuff like that? Okay, I'm going to give you something, all right, real quick, all right? Check this out, guys. Get this book. You see this? Writing for Animation, Comics, and Games. All right, by Christy Marks. Let me tell you something, all right? This book is not going to teach you how to do creative writing. That's up to you. If you have a problem with creative writing, work on it. Work on your metaphors, your visionary. Understand this, because I'll tell you now, if you don't have it, take a class if you need to. Have a teacher help you. You have to understand that whenever you write something, all right, they're going to say, you can expand on that more or expound on that more. They're going to tell you that because that's what they want. That's what creative writing is about. This book is not going to teach you creative writing. This book is going to teach you structure within all of these things. Like I said, you just can't write, and I know some of you guys have probably already written screenplay format, or like a play format where the name is on the left side and then their text and then you go in the center with the description. It doesn't work that way with all these. Comics, you do not write like that. Comics, you write like panel 1, this, that, and the third. There's a lot of work into this, all right? This book takes you through all the ins and outs of every genre that it covers, all right? And I'm not just saying games, you just want to write for action games. No. They'll teach you how to write for action games, but then there's also parts in here about RPGs or MMOs. They teach you how to write for that because they give you all the jargon in here about MMOs. And I mean, seriously, like spawn camping and dialogues, and like they teach you, if you don't, because you have to know how to write for things, how monsters spawn, how like it's all in here. It gives you all the jargon you need. Now when I got this, I got it from Amazon, so I didn't pay the full price. It was $34.95. All right, I got it from Amazon for like 20 bucks. All right, this is not included in your package with your trade schools or your art schools. No, get this on your own and learn it now while you can. Trust me, this gives you a lot of information. And I'm not plugging this, all right? I'm just saying this book is very good. Teach you a lot of stuff. Now, granted, this book is a little old, so it's probably slightly out there. Things have probably changed a little, but this gives you information on companies. It tells you how to get set up for your copyrights. It tells you how to set up, for writing guilds and things of that nature. And it gives you a lot of information that is key. Please, get this book. Animators, artists, writers, please get this book. It is crucial. It will help you along the way. Like I said, Writing for Animation and Comics by Christy Marks. Christy, you owe me some money on this because I'm plugging you right now. You owe me, all right? But let's get to the next one, all right? Now it says, this another question says, what do I mean? Because I said last week how things can get expensive. This guy says, what do I mean about expensive when drawing characters or backgrounds? Is there a certain, is there certain rate that animators follow? No, there's not. Now, I'll explain this later, right after I talk about this next thing. But that will all be in your character Bibles, all right? I'll explain all that. Before anything is done, I will explain that. So please listen up to that. Your character Bibles, all you guys, it's going to be very crucial. So please pay attention, okay? Now, he also asked, what was my experience with writers? Now, look, I've been in a lot of group projects, and I've been on both sides. I've been a writer, and I have been an artist. Now, like I said, writers, you have, like I said, there's times where you will work side by side with a writer, all right? And there's times where you won't. You will have a middleman. That middleman will be the layout designer, the director, the editor, whoever. It will be a middleman. So it's up to you, the artist, to be able to translate what the writer is saying. So like I said, even though writers will write, like I said last week, they'll write, the guy's 5'7", 150 pounds. You have to break that down as an artist in, like, what was that, 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads, the charts I showed you last week. Okay, so that's how that works. But I will get into a lot of this, right now, actually, because, like I said, experience with writers, if you have a writer, I'll put it like this, it really depends on the writer. If you have a writer that knows their shit, it's going to be a cakewalk. if you have a writer that just doesn't have any type of togetherness or anything, you guys are going to be doing long hours, and this is what I mean about missing deadlines and things. Yeah, it happens, okay? So let's just get on this real quick because I want to answer these other two questions that he asked, all right? We're going to get into Bible, character Bibles right now. Please listen to this because this is quite the information that you guys need. I'm telling you guys. So it says, Bible is a written and visual style guide for the artist. It includes a description of a show as a whole and defines the main characters and the relationships between them. Also included are premises for episodes, all right? It says, some studios require at least 3 episodes in advance. That's how they get production rolling, okay, guys? They need 3 episodes in advance. Now it says model pack. Some don't, but most do, okay? Model pack. It says this package is created for each episode in a television series. It says it includes all additional main and incidental characters, props, and locations. I mean, it's a lot of drawing. All right, so everything, like I said, this is what happens before you even have anything started. You have to have locations down, and you have to have props down, and like I said, like if you think just drawing, like say a gun is hard, you also have to draw a vase, you have to draw a table, you have to draw every prop that you use. If a character has a holster on or something, you have to draw all that stuff. All right, this gets, like I said, so when you hear somebody say, I'll explain it. When you see a series, an animation series, and it says the series was 10 years in the making. Yeah, there's a reason why the series is 10 years in the making, because it took so long to create the damn thing. That's why, okay? And then sometimes series take 10 years in the making, 3-4 years, and guess what happens? It tanks. And then whoever created that feels bad because they spent so much of their life doing that. So if you're going to do this, you make sure you have your right head on your shoulders. I'm telling you guys. You don't want to, I'm telling you, I'll put it like this. Success, this is a little key. Success breeds change, but so does lack of success. All right? Just remember that. Now, it says, a character Bible is a tool to organize and illustrate your character and story ideas. This helps you to avoid problems that may arise if story is not clearly laid out. You always want to make sure your story is clearly laid out, okay? It says, it also used to present your story ideas to a prospect buyer. Now, like I said, all the rates and all this that another person asked, like I said, this is before the animation phase. Your layouts and all that stuff to your prospect buyer is going to tell them when they're looking at it just how much this is going to cost. If it is so detailed in your layouts and all that stuff, they're going to say, okay, this is going to cost a lot of money. We're going to need to raise some money. If we don't have the money, we're going to raise some money, or we're going to borrow some money, or somehow. This is why you see a lot of producers and executives and all this stuff. This is where it comes in. Okay, guys? And I'm telling you now, like I said, art versus business, I'll talk about that a little bit more, but let me tell you now, producers and stuff like that, they have the final say because they are the guys who are dishing out the money. So you'll have some producers that will be like, I don't like that, I want that changed, and you just have to do it because they're the guys who are paying for everything. It's sad, but it's true. All right, now, I want to show you guys this real quick. You see this? See that Bible format? Just want to show you guys. See, all Bibles must be in 8 by size 11 paper. I'm going to read this off to you guys because you need to know this. All Bibles must be 8.5 by 11 size paper. All right? It says, high quality laser prints are preferred, but quality photocopies are fine. Okay? It says, all text must be typed. Handwritten information is only allowed on artwork if the handwriting is legible. Personally, I really wouldn't do handwriting because depending on the pack that you send it in, something can get messed up, okay? It says, and I quote in very big bold letters, no original artwork is allowed. Don't hand original artwork in. I'll show you this now because that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. See that? No original artwork is allowed. All right? You don't do that because of the fact that if something happens or something misplaced, lawsuit, you lose your original, you're screwed, and the artist is pissed off. You don't want to do that. All right? Bible format. This lists all the elements included in your Bible. It says a cover page, poster artwork in the front of your Bible. Okay, so they know, that first page they're going to see like, wow, if it's detailed and it looks nice, wow, this looks like this is going to be a great journey to go on. Like I said, everything is about visualization. All right, sample script. It says optional. Personally, I would throw it in there. Sample script. Always throw it in. So as soon as they see their front page and then they open it up, guess what? They're gonna get hit with it. But before you show the sample script, everything is in a layout. It says a story synopsis, right? First off, the sample script, it says, write out your story in proper motion picture screenplay format. What did I tell you before? Proper motion screenplay format, okay? Now, it says the story synopsis, a description of your story / concept. You may include any artwork that helps clarify your idea. Remember this, because it's the way it was put on the paper, as you can see, it says sample script first and then says story synopsis. It's actually the other way around. When you have your first page, which is, your cover page, then you have the story synopsis. Then you have the script, okay? You have to do it in order, all right? Like I said, just have a good head on your shoulders. You'll know what to do. It's all a strategy. All right, it says storyboards, which is optional. Add storyboards, please. Like I said, the more you put in, the more you have a chance of doing this, all right? What time I'm on? 10:30, don't even worry about it. All right. It says you may include a sample of your storyboard script. Please put that in. Character descriptions. It says character biography, minimum of 1 character, okay? It says you need to write a 1-page biography of your main character. All right? Character description, minimum of 2 characters. You need to give a paragraph-long description of your other characters in your story. So 1 page for your main character and then the rest of your characters, okay? But like I said, all that stuff comes from their moods, their mood swings, their characteristics, all their heights, their weights, all that stuff. All that stuff plays. Okay? So you'll have character strip, it'll be what they look like, and so okay. The picture of your character should accompany each character's description. Like I said, picture your character and then what's their problem or whatever. Character sheets. Character sheets, minimum of 2 character sheets. 4 to 5 pose, full body rotation and head rotation. I showed you those charts last week. All right, so you got the head rotation, and then you have the body rotation, so they know what they look like. Like I said, these are the things that happen before you even get into the animation process, so the companies know what they're getting themselves into, okay? How expensive the design will be and everything, all right? It says, nice font for character's name, all right? Yeah, whatever. 5 facial expressions. I told you before, you have to work on your expressions. Today, we're going to work on eyes, okay? 5, all right? It says must have 5 poses included with the character sheets. Okay, 5 poses. That's not rotations, that's poses. If it's an action pose or whatever, yeah, put those in. And again, last one, not least, comparison sheet. The comparison sheet will have all your characters lined up to show their size and relationship. Okay, so remember I showed you last week where I showed you Simpsons where it was Homer, Marge, Lisa, Bart, and all that. That's what they're looking for. Okay, so that's your character Bibles. Please work on them. That's what happens. That's, like I said, this company rate and all that, that's how they'll know what they're getting themselves into, okay? I'm just letting you know and how expensive it'll be. So hopefully that answered your question. That's how you know before anything. And remember this, guys, your cover page, remember, always include a mission statement, all right? That also helps, and that's just from a writing standpoint, but you can also do it with character designs as well. You always want to get, that's what it is one big mission statement. That's on the page, it says who you're sending it to, this, that, and third, blah, 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 to whom it may concern. Like I said, this will help you with your mission statement. Now, you can also find them online, and you can look at samples of mission statements as well. So please get to know those things. Now, like I said, I wanted to talk about money versus art. I'm going to talk about, the eyes last. All right, we're going to talk about that last. Company money versus art. Now, I told you guys last week that companies do not look at art as art. They look at it as money. All right? When they're looking at a character, say, once again, Pokemon. When companies are looking at Pokemon, you want to know why Pokemon's been in business so long? Because it sells t-shirts, it sells lunch boxes, it sells coffee mugs, it sells all this stuff, kids wear. This is what this is about. When you have a sellable product, when you see something on it, that's the company saying, this is how we can make money off of it. All right, like I said before, make sure that you have that money, that you still have your characters to yourself. So even though they can make money off it, you get a piece of that check as well. Because any type of merchandise that sells, you're getting a piece of that. So you can live comfortably. Okay, guys? That's what this is about. Like I said, when you're doing freelance writing or freelance artwork or whatever, you're creative, all right? This is what you want to do. If you set yourself up, and I'm going to get into some personal stuff right now. If you set yourself up for some type of contract with a company, you're in trouble. Now I'll tell you this, because I remember when I had, with WB, I'll tell you this now. I had a deal, a 12-picture deal with Warner Brothers for my script, all right? And I didn't like the deal. They were only going to give me $40,000 for 12 episodes. I was pissed off about that because they didn't want to give me any type of, deals on my characters or anything. I walked away from it. And people always gave me shit saying, hey, why? Why did you walk away from $40,000? And I'm like, dude, 12 episodes. And I'm talking about quality episodes. And I'm going to explain this real quick, because when you're doing your story comparisons, you're trying to sell things to companies. Because like I said, sometimes you will run into companies that You'll send your mission statement out and all that stuff. You'll send that out first, and then they'll call you so that you can come in for an interview, and then you'll have to sell them your product. But sometimes you'll run into a company and have to sell them your product before they see your artwork. So you always want to try to tie in other franchises that are popular to your stuff if you have a likeness. For example, my script was, I don't want to say it was, but in order to tie it so the companies could understand what I was saying, was like Akira meets Ghost in the Shell meets Cowboy Bebop. So you see those three big franchises, people were like, okay, well, you know, the company's like, okay, I can understand where you're going with this. And they can see right then and there, how can we sell this? That's how you hook them. You have 2 minutes, sometimes less, 2 minutes to sell your product to a company. All right? When you're in front of them in a negotiation. Just let you know that now. So come prepared. If you need charts and stuff like that, bring that with you. Because like I said, this is business. You are preparing yourself for a big setup. That's what it is. And I'm not saying set up as in the downfall. I'm saying set up for life. That's what you want to do. There's some people who have become gods in this industry off of one series or one movie. That's what you want to do. All right, guys? Now, with that being said, like I said, I walked away from about $40,000 for 12 episodes. I didn't like it. I went to Pioneer at the time, which is now Genin, I believe. It's Genin. And showed them the script. And they liked the first 3 episodes and was like, we really want to do this. But the market right now in Japan is hentai. They was like, if you sign a contract with us, we'll have to put your creative stuff on the back burner. But we want you to write hentai. Look, I don't want to write fucking hentai. I don't want to write sex animation. I want to write this. That's why I always stayed freelance. That's why I walked away from Genin as well. Because of this reason. Because they understand, like I said, companies, they will go wherever the popularity is what sells. I'm letting you guys know this now. So if you're going to get contracted to somebody, I'm telling you now, you're not just going to get, you're going to get anything they throw at you. Notice, when you watch the series for Ghost in the Shell, look at the writers. It's like 12, 13 writers on one series. Because one person can't do all that. It would take forever. So you'll be working with another group of writers around a table and just sitting there writing. That's when, and just passing along ideas. That's what writers do. All right? It's the same thing with animators. Like I said, I'm going to set you guys up for everything. All right? But I'm telling you, just this is what you have to learn. This is what you're going to get into. All right? If you're freelance, you can sit home and you can write as many episodes as you want and then say, hey, you know, if you have that type of freelance contract, and say, hey, this is my next work. Check it out. And then what they'll do is explain this. This happens with a lot of novels as well. So it happens with animation, writing for animation as well. Okay? They talk about, you know, they'll take your script, all right? You'll get paid, and now it's the companies. So what they'll do is they'll bring someone in and tell you to clean this up. So whatever original script you had, it's probably not finalized unless you have that in your contract. Now you're going to have a guy who's going to clean up your work, or a group of guys who's going to clean up your work, or alter it or something. It happens. It happens a lot. Okay, guys? So, like I said, I know how this business is run. I've been on both sides of this business. I've been on the good side and the bad side. Also, guys, remember, every May, I'm going to get into the eyes right now. I'm at 18. Damn! Every time in May, there's a Catch a Rising Star contest for Tokyo Pop. If you really think you're that good, submit your work. They'll buy your work. And that's you'll get your, stuff. You'll get your start. Now, let's talk about the eyes real quick. I spoke a lot of time on that. All right, with the eyes. Remember, eyes, American eyes straight down. See that? Eyes, they're spheres. That's all they are, spheres. All right? The inside of the eye is the iris. You always want to make sure that your eye, the iris, is connected. It has a line of direction. Why? Because it gives your character, it makes your character look focused. All right? Now, look, I'm going to show you this real quick. Look. Focused, not focused. Focused, not focused. And see that? The stigma of the spaced out look and crossed eyes, depending on your character, you can get away with that. Okay? This is going to be real quick because we're almost on 20 minutes here. That's, like I said, real quick. Always focus on that. Now, if your character, depending on how you've drawn your character or written your character to be crazy, as you can see, eyeballs don't always stay in sockets. All right? They can be wherever, depending. See? It depends on how goofy you want to make your character. But please, people, work on your eyes. Eyes are the window to everything. And I understand that this is just only American we're talking right now, all right, with spheres and stuff. I understand everyone has different styles. But make sure that the iris of your eyes do have a pointed line, all right? Always make sure that they're focused, unless that character is written that way that it's not focused. That's how this works. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going 20 minutes. So next week, we'll get into more of this stuff, all right? I'm Hopefully this helps you guys out, really. Please work on your character Bibles and work on your character designs. Please. Next week, we'll talk body types. We'll talk facial expressions. We got to get into that. So I'll talk to y'all then. Y'all be safe. Next week, guys, please pay attention. We got some good stuff to get into. I'll talk to y'all then. Hopefully this helps y'all out. I'm out. Y'all be safe.